Joining us now is OjyOkpe with stories trending around the world.
Good morning,
Hello,
Dr. Abati. How are you this morning?
Happy Women's Day.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day.
It was Mother's Day yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
So all of it combined.
Yes, absolutely. Happy Mother's Day to all our viewers as well. And our Ayomide, my Ayomide, not your Ayomide. Congratulations on making that list of 50 amazing women inspiring greatness. You deserve your flowers.
You blessed the truth because you've been listed as well.
I was listed?
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't tell me.
There are many lists.
Previous years, you
well,
also
no,
had,
it's
so
okay. Well, we've done it. We've done it all.
Yes,
we've been celebrated many times, but you deserve your flowers. Congratulations to Ruth Osime as well as Rolake, our Arise Shining Stars, as well as all the beautiful women that made that list. All the women in the world.
All the women in the world.
All the women in the world. Yeah. Rufai, how are you this morning?
Very well, Audrey.
Perfect. It is well, yes, absolutely. For some reason, I'm blinking. Well, happy
What happened to your pair of glasses?
Wow, Dr. Bati, really?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen me wear glasses? I only wear it on the Sunday shows to read the papers.
Oh, really?
I don't really need them much, yes.
Okay.
But they're fine. Thank you.
But let's add it to the morning show during the week so that
Maybe I'll join you guys during the newspaper review. Why not? That's swag, always saying that. Well, all right. Good morning to our viewers and happy Ramadan. Well, let's begin what's trending with Sunday's broadcast of the 96th Academy Awards in Los Angeles, California. The film, Oppenheimer, a solemn 3-hour biopic, won Best Picture and also took home 6 other awards, including Best Actor for Cillian Murphy, Best Supporting Actor for Robert Downey Jr., and Best Director for Christopher Nolan. The movie Poor Things came behind Oppenheimer with 4 wins, including Best Actress title for Emma Stone.
And the Oscar goes to Cillian Murphy.
You know, we made a film about the man who created the atomic bomb, and for better or for worse, we're all living in Oppenheimer's world, so I would really like to dedicate this to the peacemakers everywhere.
I know I have to wrap up, but I really just want to thank my family, my mom, my brother, Spencer, my dad, my husband, Dave. I love you so much. And most importantly, my daughter, who's going to be 3 in 3 days and has turned our lives technicolor. I love you bigger than the whole sky, my girl. So thank you so much. Don't look at the back of my dress. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Sam. Thanks, fellas. That's amazing. You only flubbed 1 line. I'd like to thank my terrible childhood and the Academy, in that order. I'd like to thank I'm a veterinarian, I meant wife, Susan Downey over there. She found me a snarling rescue pet, and you love me back to life. That's why I'm here. Thank you.
Well, congratulations to all the winners. I thought it was important to show that dog as well in the crowd clapping. But it was beautiful to see that, you know, all of the winners came out. Emma Stone had a wardrobe malfunction. That's why she said, don't look at my dress. I know you get excited with that. But Cillian Murphy won his first Oscar. Congratulations to him. He was the first Irish-born man to win an Oscar. Emma Stone took home her 2nd Oscar win. And of course, Robert Downey Jr., his first actor win. Congratulations to all of them. Well, Nigeria's hopes for an Oscar win was unfortunately dashed at the Oscars as the film, The After, directed by Nigerian-born British photographer Misan Harriman, lost to Wes Anderson's The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. Both films were nominated in the live-action short category. The After featured British actor of Nigerian descent, David Oyelowo, in the lead role.
And the Oscar goes to The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, Wes Anderson, and Stephen Rails.
Well, that was Miss and Harriman's first nomination. We shouldn't give up hope. I mean, it's amazing. It's his first film, first nomination. Beautiful story. Congratulations to him as well. We hope that he makes the Oscars next year. Yeah. Dr. Abati.
Well, to have even been nominated
yes,
in
amazing,
itself is an achievement.
Yes.
It's an honorable thing to have done a work that gets to the level of the Academy Awards. But I just wanted to make a point about BAFTA. BAFTA is also, in a way, that's the British, Film Television Awards. Is the major winner. Previously, BAFTA was seen as the poor cousin of the Oscar Awards. Yeah. Now, when we had BAFTA, the 76th BAFTA, yes. Most of their nominations also won the prize at the Academy Awards.
That's tradition,
Best,
Dr. Abati, really.
No, it's not tradition.
It usually happens
it's not
like
tradition.
That, yeah.
No, it's not tradition.
Not wins, but
BAFTA,
they're always put in
terms of
the
wins,
list, yeah.
BAFTA was looked down upon because they usually scored 0/8. But this year, the 76th BAFTA and the 96th Oscar almost at the same level. It was like the judgment was the same. This year, BAFTA scored 8/8 at the Academy Awards. Robert Downey Jr. was Best Supporting Actor in BAFTA. Gillian Murphy was Best Actor. Emma Stone, for Poor Little Things, was Best Actress. And then other films that they chose in BAFTA also made it to the Academy Awards, including 20 Days at Maripol, including all the other major films. So, that's why I say it's congratulations to all the winners, but also to BAFTA, almost going head to head with the Academy Awards.
Absolutely.
But someday, I'm sure Nigeria will get there.
Oh, we're already there.
With what we're doing,
by the grace of God,
what Nigerian talents are doing worldwide in, the arts, in the cinematic.
Yes. Rufai wanted to make a quick point.
So I particularly want to speak about, and congratulations to Oppenheimer. I mean, I knew Oppenheimer was going to sweep the Oscars. Did you really? I knew, yeah. Really? I knew. I mean, I saw Oppenheimer like 4 or 5 times. I can't stop seeing it. And it's a biopic, tells you the story of what really happened in Los Alamos and the first bomb that changed the trajectory of the world. Yeah. And it's a reminder for all those raging nations that give peace a chance, because Oppenheimer, the Cillian Murphy himself, never got over the fact that he caused the death of a lot of people. And, he became death, pretty much, and that's the pain. But I want to pay special tribute to Nigeria, because the thing about the movie that Mr. Harriman was nominated for was the fact that it was 2 Nigerians doing a great thing. There were other cast in it. It was a lovely story. David Oyelowo was with his wife. They were having a great time with the child, and all of a sudden a disaster happened. I think something ran into the wife, and the child died on the spot. And David Oyelowo had to express grief.
Yes.
And that segues into Herbert, and what we're facing now with the immense grief of, 3 caskets had to come into the church, and the pain, the family, and my commiserations to the family. And the movie The Afterlife just talks about how we process grief and how, you cannot really understand how you're going to feel when grief comes. And it was a good expression, but also there's an afterlife after grief and coming, and, and this is just a word to the Wigwe family out there that at some point the sun will shine and the pain will never be forever. I know now you feel like hell, but definitely deep inside of you, that there's going to be a light that will shine again. So it's a very, very intense one, and it's a movie we should all look at. For me, Mr. Harriman is a winner. The fact that it was even nominated in the first place. And also kudos to Netflix, because that was released on Netflix.
Right. We'll take another story. This time in Nigeria. The presidency has reacted to the recent killings and kidnappings in various parts of the country, including in Kaduna State, where over 250 young children were forcibly taken away from their schools by terrorists last week. During a live television interview on Sunday, the special advisor to President Tinubu on media and publicity Ajuri Ngelale, said that sub-regional geopolitical forces are conspiring to undermine the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Ngelale also revealed that the federal government is already receiving support from the United States for the release of the students kidnapped in Kaduna. I mean, I actually like that last point, that they're actually trying to get help. This is the first time I'm seeing that that's a positive step by the the federal government. But again, we are seeing the presidency reacting again in this manner, saying that they are forces. Well, if they do have that information, they might as well release that information for the Nigerian public, because at this point, we're quite vulnerable, Ayo. I'd like your comment, but I'll also take a tweet from Nigerians who actually, some people pulled up, it's the same thing, 208, same script, 280 students were kidnapped in Kaduna State. Back in 2015, the Chibok girls.
About 300?
About 300,
yeah.
the same thing, and we had that huge movement of bring back our girls. Let me take this Nefertiti's tweet. She wrote, Nigerians to tell Bola Tinubu, bring back our Fugus girls, bring back our Kaduna students, bring back our kidnapped Borno IDPs, bring back our kidnapped Sokoto students. More than 300 Nigerians are missing in just 7 days. Where is Tinubu right now? I mean, in that picture, you saw that Tinubu was out there campaigning for bring back our girls. We need to bring back those young children from Kaduna State and all the children that have been kidnapped, all the people that have been kidnapped in Nigeria so far.
All right, so whilst we're still reeling from the news of the over 200 students and some teachers kidnapped in Kaduna State, we also heard stories of students in Sokoto State.
Yes.
So obviously we've seen that the target is now schools, and they're not even deterred by the actions of state in order to stop or prevent further kidnappings. They are brazen enough to play the same script in another state and go into schools and kidnap these children. Yes, I hear what the special assistant to the president has said, advisor to the president has said, but I'd like to say something. Beyond giving us reasons and saying that there are powers that be or forces that be that are against the president who are responsible for this, that's not what is the concern of Nigerians. What we want to see is results.
Yes.
So whatever the reasons might be, I can understand him trying to explain the situation. But what Nigerians want is that the president is able to respond to whatever forces are rising against him, because at the end of the day, we have our young children being kidnapped, and we have a big threat, a direct threat to education in northern Nigeria. Yes. We heard earlier on, we had the guest who was saying that maybe we should now move. So we want to modify our actions to suit that of the insecurity situation in our nation, whereby we're saying, okay, let us move people away from that. And that is an admittance of absolute failure. The fact that you're unable to secure lives and property. So we now, in order to prevent the children from being attacked, let's move them away from their schools. Yes, I understand that in the immediate, we want to protect children, but it's not on. It's not sufficient. What we are asking the president to do, or presidency, we don't want statements on the reasons why. What we want is action. This is a kidnapping situation, one too many that we've seen. We have the Dapchi girls, like you mentioned, same script over different administrations. In previous administrations, I've also said the same thing, that, oh, it's the detractors, it's my political enemies. Can we not politicize the lives and properties of Nigerians, especially in the north? Can we do something? We had the situation of, we have underfunding of the military, underfunding of police being equipped, lack of equipment. Instead of the police dealing with real situations, we're dealing with situations that are civil matters and putting enough energy in things that are not about security. So we have things like that. Absolutely. Can we talk about the fact that our security agencies are not equipped enough? Can we talk about the fact that we have intelligence or lack of intelligence when it comes to this? I asked the question around that earlier on. Let us face the real issues. If we can deal with the issues, we won't keep talking about, oh, political detractors, etc. We'll always have that. Let us secure the lives and properties of Nigerians. That's what we're asking for.
Well, the political class, unfortunately, will always politicize everything. We'll take another story. Senate President Godswill Akpabio, at the combined funeral service for the late Group CEO of Access Bank, Herbert Wigwe, his wife Doreen Wigwe, and their son Chizi Wigwe, took to the stage to offer his condolences and used the opportunity to throw a political jab at the Rivers State Governor, Sim Fubara. The River State governor during the funeral service had said that there is no need for all the political struggle in life, while eulogizing the late CEO, saying that Herbert couldn't control death with all his financial power. Godswill Akpabio, in response, said that if there is nothing in the struggle for politics, Fubara should remove himself from the struggle, generating several reactions. Let's take a look before we come back for some reactions.
This one has to do with our political class. What is all this struggle all about? You want to kill, you want to bury. What is it all about? This is a man. He's not a politician. He made his money through us, our investment. He has the world in his palm, financially. He controls even the political classes. But today, with all the power financially, couldn't control life. Is it not enough for us to ask ourselves, why are we struggling? Why are we not making impact in the life of our people?
Just like Governor Fubara said, what is the struggle all about? I will answer you. The struggle, we are not talking politics. In 2006, I wanted to be a deputy governor. So the then deputy governor invited me and told me that this office has no money. There is nothing in it. I don't know why you still insist on moving me from here and taking over. So a woman who went with me said, Your Excellency, then don't wait for impeachment. Just resign since there is nothing in it. And he stood up and he started punching the woman. And I told him, Your Excellency, don't punch her. She's telling the truth. There is nothing in the office. That's why I want it, because you are too big for it. So, Your Excellency, Governor Fubara, if there is nothing in the struggle, don't struggle.
All right, let me take this tweet from Matedo Peter side, who wrote, For the record, I was among those who found the Senate President's comments at the Wigwe family funeral in Port Harcourt to be in poor taste. He began by lamenting that Peter Obi received greater applause than he, Akpabio, got, and later told us to join him in consoling the widow who was lying in one of the 3 caskets in front of him. Jokes, political jabs at a solemn combined funeral, methinks that was self-centered and totally insensitive. Another tweet there goes from Ozzy Baba, wrote, Senate President Godswill Akpabio has shown he lacks emotional intelligence. What Governor Fubara said at the burial of Herbert Wigwe is the only takeaway from this tragedy. After everything, we will leave this life. There is nothing we struggle for. The only word to describe Akpabio is petty. The pastor did well in putting him in his place. Dr. Abati, I was in that room and I was in awe when I heard some of the comments he made. A lot of people there were just really frustrated with the comments because, I mean, it was a gathering, a solemn gathering, and they didn't deserve that type of disrespect. Dr. Abati.
Well, yeah, I agree with you. It was disrespectful of the dead. And it's very important for politicians to know where they play their politics. Both for Governor Fubara, who was having the innuendo about what are we struggling for, what do you want to kill for, what do you want to die for, and also the response by the Senate President. That was not the right place, not the right occasion to toy around with political innuendos or to settle political scores, or to politicize any subject whatsoever. But you see, when adults behave badly, they also should be called out. The kind of maturity that we expect at the highest level that we don't often find, whether it's at a funeral, which is supposed to be a very solemn ceremony, or in the conduct of government affairs, you know, it's what makes us very doubtful about our leaders, how they lead, their level of understanding, their competence, their capacity, their choice in the first place. So, but I don't think we should dwell too heavily on this case of adults behaving badly. The more important solemn occasion was the farewell to Herbert Wigwe, his wife and his son, who died. The sunset at noon, you know, that everyone has lamented about. I think these politicians making wrong statements is totally a distraction, in my view. May the souls of the departed rest in peace.
I'll just say two things. Number one, as regards the story of finding the bandits and all of that, what I'll just say is this. Don't ascribe to malice what you can explain with incompetence. That's number one quote. Secondly, as regards the Akpabio and everybody's scenario there at Wigwe's burial, it has to be said, and I quote again, common sense, number one, is not common. Secondly, you cannot ascribe age to maturity. We think with age, maturity should come, but it doesn't come. And secondly, emotional intelligence is not positional.
Right.
It is based on your disposition.
Right.
I think I've said enough.
You said well. Common sense is not common. The uncommon Senate president. Well, all right. We'll take our final story. Finally, the week-long funeral rites for the late Group CEO of Access Bank, Herbert Wigwe, his wife, Chizi Wigwe, and son, Chizi Wigwe, came to a close with an outing service on Sunday, March 10th at the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Lion of Judah Parish in OjyOkpe, Rivers State, as we continue to celebrate International Women's Day. Here's a tribute to late Doreen Wigwe, who was a trailblazer and founder of Nigeria's leading construction companies, Queenberg Construction.
You promise I'll never be lonely. You go there beside me. Me tell them say,
Chizoba knew all the nooks and crannies where you could get bargains, shops that were closing down and selling their goods for 10% off. How she knew where all these places were, I had no idea, but that's who she was. Very, very enterprising. She was the most enterprising woman that I know.
She inspired me in ways she didn't even know. She was prudent. She didn't believe in waste. She was humble, totally. Here she was a pure embodiment of humility. Pure embodiment of humility. She loved without limit, without boundaries.
You promise I'll never be lonely. You go there beside me. Me tell them say, you promise I'll never be lonely. Say you go there beside me. Yeah.
May their souls continue to rest in peace. And that's all I have for you on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.